Excuse me. Incredible afternoon. Incredible afternoon. Incredible afternoon. Noon, 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 noon. All right. Let's see. Let's change this to this. And then let's share this out, shall we? Okay. I was looking for something. All right, cool beans. There we go. I'll share it out. All right. Hello, everyone. So we're going to do a little testy test here, right? I do a lot of videos here on YouTube and Facebook. A lot of silhouette type videos. I've shown so many different types of things. And now I kind of want to see, are my teachings paying off? Because, you know, that's really the only way. Like, I was sitting here thinking, I was like, well, how do I know if what I'm teaching is effective, if it's helping? Because I must say, I would like to see more of you guys post in our group. So if you learned something from a video that I did, come back in the group and share. But if I'm being honest, I don't see that a lot. Hopefully that will change after this video. But I never really, it's almost like 911 dispatcher, right? So you answer the call, you help someone out. And then once that call is over, like you really don't know what happens afterwards. So I just wanted to kind of do a little trivia. Find out based off of the teachings and things that I have talked about before, what would be your approach to tracing or recreating the image that I'm about to show you? So, hello, welcome, everybody. Incredible afternoon. I am Shakia, the professor, and I teach people how to utilize Silhouette Studio for all sorts of things, whether it's, just for graphic designing, for sublimation, to learn how to cut it for vinyl or HTV, paper crafting, and so much more. We also are the home of the Honestly Speaking product line, where we carry sublimation ink, sublimation paper, pigment inks, or cartridges, heat tape, and other items, and more will be added in the near future. But today's video, we are going to focus on Silhouette Studio and recreating a file. I did get permission because I believe it's, she told me that it's just a logo for a Jujitsu. I think I'm saying that right. Jujitsu, that thing. The karate. Jujitsu. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it is like their logo. So if you are in my 30-day challenge, or if you're in my academy and you've seen the video for this, please do not answer. Okay? If you've seen the video for this, because I've showed you guys already how I recreated this, please do not participate until maybe towards the end. If you are in the 30-day silhouette, learn Silhouette Studio and 30-day challenge, or if you're in my bachelor's or master's academy, please don't comment. Let those who are not, I want to see if my regular YouTube videos and Facebook videos, if they're paying off. All right. So hello. And we're going to now share my screen. All right, so this is a PNG file, right? And I need to make this into layers within Silhouette Studio. I know there's apps and things that will convert images into SVGs for you, especially with this being a PNG. But you can do this in Silhouette Studio or any graphic designing software. That's like a vector-based software. So with this, with these colors that are touching, what do you guys think? How would you go about recreating this exactly like this? Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. Trace by color. I see 2 for trace by color. So that means I would have to trace this how many, if I do it trace by color, I would have to trace this how many times? And you can only do trace by color if you have Designer Edition, Designer Plus, or Business Edition. 4 times. Okay. Let me zoom in on it. Definitely don't need point editing. I don't even know why you're up there. So 5 trace by colors. Okay. 5. So for everyone, you would only use trace by color and do 5 trace by colors. Anyone else have a method that they would use to recreate this? Just want to see if there are any other options out there. All right, so let's try that. Trace by color, right? I'm going to open up my trace window. And I'm going to go trace by color, select in here, do all areas, take my threshold up, and trace by color, select here, all areas, take my threshold up. I don't want that one. And then trace by color, go here, all areas, take it up, and trace by color, take my tolerance up, and trace by color, come here and increase my threshold. Oh wait, can't pick it up in that area, so we're going to go right here. Oh, it's only picking up in that one small area, so we have to go all areas and trace. All right, we're going to move this out of the way. Let's fill this in with black. And then let's fill this one in with, I think that's the red one. Nope, that's the yellow one. And then let's go to the other one and fill that in with the red. Nope, that's the black one. Hold on. Let me try to get that one. And then this would be the blue. And then this inner one. All right, I'm going to send this to the back real quick. Oh, come on. This would be the inner color. All right. Okay, so does this look like an okay version of the original? Would you be okay with this version of this? Okay. So someone says you can trace and then release compound path and then fill with color. But we have in each area, we have two colors. In some of them, we have three colors. So how would I do that? How did I get the color to transfer so easily? I just use the color dropper right here. So follow my mouse from the center. This right here is your color dropper, and you would click on it and then pick an area and it'll change the color. So you guys are happy with this one? Really? Y'all see all those gaps? That's what you get when you do trace by color. You see how this doesn't fit in right here? So are we still okay with this trace? Now that you've seen it kind of zoomed in and up close and personal, are you still okay with this trace? All right. So no, no, nope. All right, so you can trace and detach, but then that means you're only going to use this as a colored, um, as a print and cut, because you won't be able to isolate the colors inside. So I can do trace and detach. All right, so I'm just going to make a copy of this because I want to keep the original. So we can go over here and we can go select trace area, place our box, and then go trace and detach. So now that means that we can use this. We have a path around it, and we can do this as a print and cut. So would we be able to make this where we can have it in individual colors? So we have established we can do this trace and detach and do this as a printed one. The colors here are mixed. So the other thing that you guys suggested was to do a trace on it, release compound path, and then fill it in with color. So would I trace it from right here? When you guys say trace, what, so from this one right here, what should my next move be? For those that say trace it, release compound path, and then fill it in with color, I am right here. What's going to be my next step? You can't trace and detach each color. There's no way to really do that. I mean, that's like tracing by the color. So what would my next step be right here? Oh, she says we didn't see it up close, but here you can still see the white or the gray gaps in there. It doesn't quite look like the original. All right, but right here, what would our next step be? Do I just hit trace? Don't get quiet on me now. Increase my threshold. So she said just hit trace. Shelly says increase the threshold. Am I tracing? Okay, so trace and release compound path. Am I tracing it exactly where this is right now? So someone said to increase my threshold. So if I increase my threshold, the more I go up. So am I tracing this? So decrease it. So what am I decreasing it to? What am I wanting to see as I decrease it? Decrease the threshold, decrease the threshold, so that I can see the orange and the blue. So I'm going to bring this down, and I want, so here, So essentially what I've did is I've lowered my threshold to only trace the black area. And I'm going to go ahead and hit trace. Okay. So yes, that's what I was looking for. We're looking to trace the black lines only. It doesn't look like it's going to work that way. Why not? Why isn't it going to work this way with me bringing it and it's going to look like this? I'm going to take my trace. I'm going to make a duplicate of it. So you said that it won't work this way. So now you guys told me to, I always fill with color. So I'm going to just do that. I'm going to fill it with a random color. So we're going to go here. Let's just fill it in with the random color so you can see everything. I'm going to release compound path. All right. I've released compound path. Y'all said fill it with color, but this leaf and this one has 3 different colors. The rest of them have 2. What am I going to do now? How do I get those other colors? So let me go back up here so you can see the original. We've already done trace by color, and this is what we got. We have a lot of gaps in there, but we want it to look exactly like the original. So we've done a trace of the black areas, which, I mean, it gave us essentially the lotus. If I make that black, I have all of the petals, but it has different colors. So how do I get those other colors? The knife tool, okay? So if I use the knife tool, I'm just going to kind of make a random cut right here. Cuts this one, but it also cut that one. Use the properties dropper. All right, well, if I use the properties dropper and I sample up here, I'm just copying that whole pattern in here. So nope, not that. So I can use the dropper, but it fills all with yellow. I don't have my red. Point editing, kind of, sort of. All right, so some of you guys are on the right track. I'm going to show you how we actually going to do it from, where's my other one? Where's the one I traced and detached? I think that's that one. Yep. So I'm going to show you guys how you can do this. And with my 30, like Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days, I am teaching truly how to use every tool in Silhouette Studio for things like this, to where, you know, once you really apply and you go back and you watch those trainings, you'll be able to look at something like this and know how to recreate it. Unfortunately, because there is no contrast between the colors, you can't just trace it and just kind of go from there. So we're going to utilize our main, like the main image. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to trace it. And I'm going to do a regular trace. So you guys were right on that first step. And then we're going to take our threshold down. And, hold on. So I want to, hold on. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go trace. I'm going to click on my trace and fill it in with color. Okay, I'm going to release compound path and take my threshold down so I can see through it. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use my draw polygon. Yes, because it is straight lines. And I'm going to draw out each section of this. I'm going to show you some tools that you probably never really use in Silhouette. And then I often hear people say, I want to know how to design my own files and things like that, but we never really tap into all of the tools of Silhouette Studio. So I'm just going to make that a certain color. We're going to go ahead and make that a compound path. I'm going to take all of these pieces here. I think I got them all. Let me just make sure and just change the colors on those. Yep, got them all. I'm going to hold down Shift, click on here, modify and divide. Click off, delete, delete, delete. And had I actually changed the color of this like I should have, I wouldn't even have these issues. I'm going to move that down. I could have done this a whole lot faster, but I forgot to make it a certain color. So I'm going to make that black, take my threshold up. I'm going to select here, 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 and make that yellow. Group those together. This and this is the blue. And take my threshold up on that. Group that together. And then here, 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 here. And that's what I was saying. If I'd have made it at least like the red or the yellow beforehand, I would have been able to do this a whole lot faster as far as recreating these parts. And then these little pieces here, I don't need. Oh, wait, it overlapped on that part. Hold on, I didn't mean to go down that far on these. This should be red, but I'm going to move that up. Oh, they let them walk home in the rain. Because I forgot about this part when it was overlapping. I shouldn't have overlapped it. And then this part, we are going to increase our threshold, and this one, increase our threshold and make that yellow or the gold color. Now this is a full-on recreation. Oh, I did it. Wait, I missed a spot. Wait, what happened to my, hold on. I missed a spot somewhere in here. How did I miss that? Hold on. Did I delete it? Or did I simply forget to make the line? Oh, I made the line in the wrong spot. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this. I can see now, I put the line for the blue in the wrong spot. Or is it back there? Nope, yep, I put it in the wrong spot. So let's take all of this, take my threshold down, because now I need to recreate my blue section because I put my first line. Oh, I didn't put it in the wrong spot. I forgot to create the one for the blue. So I'm going to do that with just a square here and take this piece right there that I made blue. And I'm going to divide this and make this the red color. So now I can take my threshold up on everything. And did I forget where did I put the blue at? Okay. Oh, never mind. I did not change the color. There we go. And this is this color. And this should be red. There we go. So I had a few mishaps, but I could have done this a whole lot faster. And this is a true replication of this quality wise, not having any gaps or anything in it. And we are going to have all of the colors where we can separate them all. Okay. So sometimes we have to recreate things from scratch. When our clients bring us things, especially some of these logos I have seen, in order for you to be able to create a cut file for it, you're going to have to become a designer and know what it takes to actually recreate it and what tools you have to use. And that's one of the things that my students in my 30-day challenge and even in my bachelor's and master's program that they're learning is how to utilize all these tools. Like, what's the purpose of these tools and how do I make them work for me? All right. So let's see. Remove the black design from behind. Oh, okay. That was on the cut part. The small pieces should be yellow. Oh, I guess because I went back in there to change it in. And I actually probably could have made. Oh, you mean right there? I know I probably could have made that yellow, but that would have been like a really small piece, and it wasn't yellow on this side. So on this side, I decided to just keep it red. But everything else basically is exactly the same, except for that one little piece right there. But oh wait, I missed. Oh, that's why. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be. That's what she meant. I was wondering why those were cut out like that. I see what she means now. Those pieces that I welded, they actually should have been yellow. I don't want to go all the way back. All right, I'll just do it again. So I don't want to go all the way back. So I'm going to show you it all over again because, yeah, those should have been yellow. I was wondering, like, where are those little pieces there? But I missed it. They should have been yellow. So let's go through this one more time. So we're going to go select trace area, place our box around it. All right, we're going to pull this down some, take my threshold down. Okay, and I'm going to trace. I'm going to select my trace and fill it in with color and release compound path, only because I want the cutout right now. What I'm going to do, one step I forgot before that I could do for this is to subtract all. So it looks like nothing's changed, but trust me, things have changed. I'm going to go ahead and group together my middle pieces here. So I'm going to group those together now. These, can be grouped together because they're all the same color. And I'm going to take my transparency down and then use my draw polygon to recreate this. I forgot to start my stopwatch this time. And I need to fix this one. All right. So now I'm going to select all of these pieces and make them a compound path. And let's go ahead, because last time I didn't, let's make this one of the colors. So I think it's this yellow. So I'm just going to make it yellow. That way it stays that color. Actually, no, we're going to make this yellow. And then we're going to hold down shift. Oh, I can do it after the fact. So I'm going to click here. Nope, let's do it with this one. So I'm going to make a box right here. Click on this one, make it a compound path. Hold down shift. Click on my background, like my inner pieces here. And I'm going to go modify and divide. I'm going to break all that up. All these pieces to the outside, we're going to go ahead and delete those. All of these pieces here in between, we're going to delete those. Now, my blue pieces, I'm going to drag and select, bring this down so I can see the original, take my threshold back up on this so I can see everything. And we're going to make this, oh, it's already up here, blue and group. And then this is red, 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 and red. Okay. And I need to delete this little piece. And then let's see, are these grouped? This is grouped. This is this color. This becomes black. And then so I can group together all of my yellow pieces without having to click and hold down shift. I'm just going to select everything, hold down shift, select the star, select the black, select the blue, select the red. I'm left with only my yellow areas. Group those together. And I have now recreated this for the second time. And we don't have any gaps. It goes right to the edge of our trace. So that's how I would go about recreating it versus the trace by color. When you only know of like the surface of tools, when you think about recreating something and just about tracing, because that's what a lot of people kind of just teach all the time, you're only going to think of utilizing that automatic trace. This is why I asked the question, what type of designer do you want to be? There are a lot of people that will pay to have things recreated just like this, because they'll have someone that will design their logo and they only have a PNG version of it. And now they want to be able to cut it from vinyl. Certain ones, there are programs or websites where you can convert a PNG to an SVG. Even with those, I find that it doesn't give you as clean of a result as this. This looks like an exact, and let's see, I probably could have gone and did my trace where I got a little bit more of the black. My outline is kind of thin here, but that's okay. But it's still a whole lot different than this one that had a lot of gaps in it. So depending on how you want to use the program, you guys really need to learn all of the tools. Most YouTube videos aren't going to give you the real nitty gritty of how these tools work. I got some, and I did this because I got some amazing feedback from my students in my Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. Some of them said they were very apprehensive at first about taking it, and now they are just floored at everything that can be done in Silhouette and how much they're learning. People have used the program for years, never touched any of these functions, never used any of these functions together, such as like divide, and knowing that just from one shape, we end up getting 3 different colors just by hitting divide. All right. Um, so if you guys have not considered taking my Essentials to Silhouette Studio, it's much, much more than a beginner's guide to silhouette. I've never really advertised it as a beginner's. I said, well, did I put it on there? But it does say Essentials to Silhouette Studio. And for me personally, those who do an intro or they do a beginner's, they're going to go and say, all right, you want to be able to put this PNG on a shirt. Right now, it's showing that this whole thing is 15 by 15. Okay, well, I went to go and size it for a 10 by 10 and I printed it out and it's like this big. So you're going to have classes that will teach you to just do a trace and detach on it so that you can get it down to size, in which we have a trace and detach version of this one. So yeah, you'll trace it, do a trace and detach. Now you know exactly what size it is. We'll learn to do text and fill things in with color. But once you truly learn what these tools are, how they are very, very, very powerful, and if you learn the techniques in this program that you can get access to for free, or if you do the upgrade, like $99 a one-time fee, it'll help you as you progress to more robust design softwares. But this is the beginning. This is a foundation. And even from this, there is a lot of potential in the program. There's a lot of money to be made in learning the program. I have several clients where I make money just to recreate their logos. They like them, but the person that designed it in Photoshop, somewhere where they only have a PNG or a JPEG version of it, and they need it to where they can cut it from vinyl, or they can do other things with it. And that's where my expertise comes in, because I understand how to utilize the program completely to be able to recreate stuff. All right. So if all you know is just trace, and then, people say trace by color, but you can see the results. And I took my threshold, my tolerance up, and, to really fill it in. But it's just something about the way it traces, not going to really fill in those nooks and crannies. You're going to have to design it almost the same way that the actual designer made it. Okay. If it's like a font, you'll have to use your edit points and like draw curve and, really recreate and stuff like that. My 30-day challenge is only $83.65 as of right now. It is 30 days of learning the ins and outs of Silhouette Studio. You have unlimited access to the playbacks of it during the 30 days from March 1st to March 30th. I am teaching it live. This will be a program that I just sell as is. It'll be playbacks. It'll be a work at your own pace. The joy of those who get to join in now is you are a part of building that curriculum. You are a part of learning it live and getting that live hands-on help when you don't really understand anything. This will not, somebody else said, oh, I'll join the one in April. Oh, I'm not doing this every month. This takes a toll, because we meet every single day for an hour, 2 hours on the weekends, sometimes a little bit more. That tracing class was amazing on Saturday. We were on for about 3 hours on Saturday. This weekend is edit points. So this was kind of perfect for me to kind of give a little bit of insight on edit points. And once you learn to master them, how it can help you. So if you are interested in taking your designing, just taking what you are able to do in Silhouette Studio to the next level, consider joining. Going to our website, shop.hsinc365.com. Scroll down under the Sublimation banners and you'll see Essentials to Silhouette Studio. It is $83.65 as of right now. Can't say that it's going to stay there, because the information, the value of the information that's packed into these 30 days is worth way, way more than $83.65. All right. I have business edition and I don't really know all the things that I can do with it, but I'm learning from you. Well, thank you. We want to learn more and really dive into it. Consider signing up for the 30-day challenge. The 30-day challenge class is amazing. I'm mastering so much I never knew about Silhouette Studio. Please join. Thank you so much for that, Kenyatta. Just to kind of give you guys a little glimpse of what we went over today. Do I still have it? Oh, no, I think I got rid of it. Well, not got rid of it, but it's not like I closed it out off my screen. Let me find that. Well, why is it not in my oh, Happy Easter. There it is. So today we went over line styles and line colors. So let me show you a little bit. So I taught, oh wait, oh man, I got rid of it. Seriously? Oh no, it's there. I think I just messed with there we go. So all these different text effects and techniques to create shadows and highlights, making this now look like a bubble letter. And so this is the regular P. And then when you have this, I showed them like very easy and simple things. Like it wasn't, maybe looking at it initially, it might seem intimidating, but there's a lot of, wait, what is this? Is this still a line? Oh, that is still a line. Okay, that's why I'm in the wrong one. There's a lot of things that you can do in this program that you probably never knew. Things that you probably thought were you had to have a quote unquote real graphic designing software. But all of these little effects where the white looks recessed, the E looks recessed, the R looks like it is layered on top of looks embossed or raised, having the bubble effect, having that lighter color around it. All these things can be done right in Silhouette Studio once you know how to utilize these tools together to make this happen and take your designs to the next level, and it will totally set you apart from your counterparts in how they are designing in your area. You can purchase it and watch at your own pace. You have unlimited access to the playbacks. So I won't be doing it live again. So after the 30th, anyone that purchases it will be purchasing the playbacks anyway, and it'll become a work at your own pace. Every day it's just being able to experience it live. And now my students say, you know what? I'm to the point now where I'm just in awe, and I don't even want to take notes during the last session. I will go back and take notes. It's the feedback I got today is like they're just amazed at what the system can do because no one teaches this stuff on YouTube University, Facebook Community College, or TikTok Technical School. You don't get the types of teaching that I do in this course. All right, so 30 days of really breaking down Silhouette Studio and everything that it can do. So where you sign up at, you go to my website, shop.hsinc365.com, but the direct link is also in the description of the video. So if you tap on the video, it'll show you the description, or maybe it's like when you, depending on how you look at it, you put overview and the link is there, or simply go to the website, shop.hsinc365.com and go to, oh, so it does say for beginners, but as a beginner, you definitely learn a lot, but it really, really breaks down each one of the tools. We are at the halfway mark, which is why I wanted to go live about this, because we are at the halfway mark, because it runs from the 1st through the 30th. This weekend is edit points. Once we get to the last week, it's still going to be open where you can join, but we're going to be moving and grooving and doing some designing in the end of week 4, and then the 2 days in the week 5. We're going to be doing actual designing and stuff like that. So if you join too late, those sessions might seem completely foreign to you, and you'll just have to watch from the beginning. But I don't want you to ever feel like you have to learn all of this in 30 days. My goal with this is to show you what is possible within the program. It is to show you what is possible, and you'll be able to go in and work at your own pace, try things out, try it on generic things, try it for designs for your actual orders and things like that. I don't teach you just the program. I am also teaching you a little bit about graphic designing, because you can take the skills and how I show you how to think outside the box about how you arrange your designs. Once you go into other programs, it becomes a little bit easier to understand. And then their extra tools might even make it easier to accomplish some of these things that it takes a little bit more work in Silhouette, but you'll learn to appreciate it because you did it, not to say the harder way, but the one that kind of took a little bit more steps than if you're in Photoshop or Illustrator and things like that. Like I said, it is $83.65 for the course. If you guys have any additional questions for me, I am here to answer your questions. We'll give it just a few more minutes. If you have any questions for me, a general question in regards to Silhouette Studio or questions about the course. And I don't remember where. I know it's for a certain like jisitsu. I don't know why I'm saying that wrong, but it's for that club. But you can practice that with any type of image. Like just go in and practice those. What topics have I gone over so far? We have gone over. I'll show you the full lineup. I have to change my brand to 365 Creative Academy. So week 1 was, we went over the features and benefits of the upgrades. So understanding like if, upgrading to Designer Plus, or Business based off what's there. I think someone might upgrade to Business Edition because she realized in Designer she did not have access to some of the things that we showed today because it's a Designer Edition Plus or Business Edition feature. We went over preferences and shortcuts. So like the first week was a lot of foundation, just the program layout, design page setup, registration marks, and each of the weekend courses. So it might seem like, okay, this is kind of a weird order, but I do ones that are a little bit more simple to understand. We only have an hour. So it's not, although today we did kind of all right, let's, work along with me if you want to try it out. And then I was so shocked when I saw some students already post to our Facebook group some of the things that they had worked on. That blew me away that they were posting stuff already. So then 2 weekends ago, we did the modified panel. So like subtract, crop, and compound path. Then week 2 was more of modified tools, basics of text to path, cropping images to text, the fill tool, creating your own gradients. This past weekend was tracing. That was amazing when it comes to tracing. Week 3 is where we are now. So we went over the line and shape tool yesterday, just like the basics of it. Today we went over line color and the different styles within the line tool and some things you can do with that. Tomorrow we're going over align, then we're going through the replicate tool, the basic function, like the basic one, and then the advanced one. That advanced one is going to be really, really fun. Somebody they created something, and when they realize like how much faster they can do it with the advanced option, that's going to be amazing. This weekend is edit points, 2 days of edit points. Week 4, we're going to do offsets. Although we have seen them quite a bit already in several of them, it's really hard to not touch on a lot of these different things because they come up when you're doing other stuff. So we've talked a little bit about offsets. Image effects, we've gone a little bit into that for various things, but we're going to go into that a whole lot more on that particular day. Then we're going to do a little bit of rhinestones because people often ask about the rhinestone tool. So I'm going to just show the general idea and concept of the rhinestones. Then we're breaking down the differences between a DXF and an SVG file and how you have to now utilize some of the other tools that we learned about grouping things together. Something that a lot of people may take for granted, just being able to properly select items is some like we had a whole, we've had a session on that. And how you then have to select it when you're using a DXF file and then being able to fill it in with color. What do you have to make a compound path? What do you group together? And then we start the hands-on designing on the 25th, Saturday, that's Friday. The 26th, we do some more designing. On Sunday, I'm going to teach about creating templates for sublimation, for paper crafting, just knowing how to use different shapes and how to align them, how to properly measure and put those measurements in. So we're going to go over templates on not this Sunday, next Sunday. And then we round it off with a little bit more designing and Q&A and reviews to be able to review everything that we've gone over for the past couple of weeks. Jiu-jitsu, that's what it is. Jiu-jitsu. Haha. Thank you, Miss Cheryl. I was missing that jit part in the middle. I have business edition and barely know what all it offers. Jiu-jitsu. I couldn't say it. I was missing the jit part. What version do you recommend to avoid the quit without saving message? 3.6. That's the version that doesn't have those issues. Any of the version 4s, you're going to have it, especially if you don't have a lot of RAM or a decent graphics card, you're going to experience that. I have a very expensive computer, and it still happens to me quite often during the tracing day. So really, version 3. If you're on anything version 4, it's going to happen. There is no way around it. What is the difference between the classes before and now? So if you've ever taken my Essentials, this is basically that on steroids. Before my Essentials Silhouette Studio, I did it where it was over the course of it was one day, like 6 hours, 4 to 5 hours, I think. The first time I did it, it was just Essential Silhouette Studio. Well, the first 2 times I did it. Yeah. And then last year, what I did was I had refresher sessions. So for those who kind of signed up, and I'll have a refresher live here or there. But they will be first come, first serve, because only a certain number of people can be on the Zoom, but you will have access to watch it via a stream link. You just won't be able to be in the actual Zoom. But last time I did refreshers and people were able to come in. It's like, okay, well, I didn't understand this. I did, because we didn't have time to really do hands-on type stuff the way I did it previously. So this time around, what I did was broke it up into 30 days. And I'm try my best to do an hour a day so that it's not too long, because it is at 11 a.m. Throughout the week, but you can go and work at your own pace. So this time around, especially on the weekend, if I show how to trace something, I kind of took a little bit of what I do in my bachelor's program, where how did Ray say it to me? I do, we do, you do. So I'll show them how to do it. We'll do it together. I give them an opportunity to do it on their own. So it's a little bit more hands-on this time around compared to how I did it before. All right. Never feel silly asking me any questions. But when I save an image as SVG, it still has the Silhouette logo. I make sure that it doesn't have the version, but it still have the logo. So it just really depends on what you have opened up. So when you open up an SVG, it will ask you a lot of times, what program do you want to, if you just kind of double click on it and then try and open it, it'll ask you what program do you want to open it in. And if Silhouette Studio is your default, it will show that. Sometimes my SVGs have showed the Illustrator logo. Right now, it just says, for most of them, it just shows the Internet Explorer. There is no actual logo for SVGs. So as long as it says file type SVG, you can send it to someone on their end. It's not going to be a Silhouette logo. It will be whatever they open their SVGs up. Like for me, like I said, it's for me, all of my SVGs show an Internet Explorer icon. For some, it might be an Illustrator icon. If they have Corel Draw, it'll show that. If they have Affinity Designer, it will show that. If they have Inkscape, it may show that logo, because those are programs that read SVGs. If you don't have Illustrator on your computer, that's how it defaults. And for some, it defaults to a Google Chrome logo, like icon. So you haven't done anything wrong. You're not missing anything. As long as the file type says SVG, it is still an SVG and you can share it out. The course right now is $83.65. Will it stay that price? Most likely not. But it is $83.65 right now. And you have unlimited access to the playbacks. It doesn't go away after like a week or so. You have unlimited access to watch those playbacks. Even if something, so I've created a fail safe, even if something happens to my course site, they're all on an exclusive playlist and you'll always have access to those playbacks. So you have, like, seriously, lifetime access to them, because I don't think YouTube is going anywhere anytime soon. So you'll have access to them. There is no update for Business Edition. I mean, if you have Business Edition, you have it. Most of the tools are the same as long as you're using I work from version 4. So if you're like on version 3, then your screen will look a little bit different. But I'm working from version 4, which most people are, like on this computer. My favorite version is 4.3. I mean, 3.6. That's what I have on my main design system, which is my laptop. I still have version 3.6. I don't have all these issues. When I need to design, like when I'm designing more things for the vault and for graduation, I'm designing them on my laptop because I don't have time for version 4.4 or 4.3. So I design over there, I bring it over here, convert it all up so that you guys can open it in 4.4. But yeah, it's all the same though. Like I said, it's okay if you can't attend the live classes. I put everything into it so you get the Q&A part. So as you're going through a section, you probably had the same exact questions that somebody else had. They answered for you. They asked that question, and then now you get your answer. That's happened several times. People have questions. They raise their hand. The person before them had the exact same question they had. So then I'll go to them. It's like, okay, you have a question? It's like, nope, that one answered. That was my same question, and you answered it. So you have not just the teachings, but the Q&A parts as well. You have access to all of that. I don't remove any of it from the playbacks, but the playbacks after the 30th, right now it's all just kind of one, but after the 30th they will be broken up and put back into the course. It just takes a lot to do it. You have the basic edition, so you have just the free version of for the most part, everything that we do in there you'll be able to follow along with. You just won't be able to use like certain features, like today in class, to create some of the highlights, to know where to put their edit points at. We use the guides, and that's something that you have in Design Edition or above. So would you still be able to do that? Yes, you just probably would have to make maybe a draw a line on it so that you know where to put your point, or like just kind of guesstimate where to put your point at. The upgrades just make things a little bit easier. You can do things a little bit faster. Like when we were filling things in, those who had the upgrade are able to do properties dropper for certain things. So it makes it so much easier when you do have it. If you're interested in getting the upgraded version of it, just go to our website, click where it says Business Designer, or if you already have Designer and you want to go up to Business Edition, click this one, and it's going to take you to Swing Design's website. and you can purchase the upgrade, the instant code. So they'll send you an email. You'll get like 3 emails, and it'll be in one of those emails, and they'll send you an instant code for you to upgrade. This is an affiliate link. I do receive a small commission whenever you use my links on my site. So be mindful of that. No, the basic edition does not have rhinestones. No, it does not. I need to chime in more of the silhouette. I learned, I would wait of the silhouette studio and learn. I was asked for a PDF for a Tumblr I created, and it really scared me. Oh, that's one of the easiest things. That's just file save as and save it as a PDF. So as long as you have that file set up, you just go file, save as, make sure nothing else is on the screen, save to hard drive, and then go to the drop down. Oh, wait, I'm on Design Edition Plus version. So I have to go back up to Business Edition. And you're going to go file, save as, save to hard drive. Click on the drop down, go to portable document format, name it either before. Oh, wait, let me move my head. You can't see. Change it to portable format, portable document format from the drop down. Change the name, hit save, and you have a PDF. It was a PDF for a banner. Yeah, I've done that. And if it's for like a really large banner, it's going to take forever. So once you design it, shrink it down because it's a PDF. And then you change it once they open it up, because I've done that. I had a really, really large one. They told me I wanted a yard sign, thinking, okay, just like a regular basic yard sign. And I sent them the image, and then I sent them the file, and then they sent it back to me. No, they made a yard sign, like almost like what's it called? Like the politicians. And it was like literally on wood stakes. It was humongous. And I still designed all of it in Silhouette Studio. I shrunk it down. And then, of course, once they got it, because it's a PDF, which is a vector format, they're able to increase it and did not have any distortion in it. So the calendar is posted in the group and in the course. It's always the same. So if you like when you do the live Zooms, it's when it asks you to register, you can then add it to your calendar. So all of the scheduled sessions will end up on your calendar, because it's the exact same link every single time for the 30 days. A calendar was posted, and I'm on the wrong one again because I think it's over here. So there is a calendar that's associated with it, and it's a download, and it's in the group and it's in the course, and you just download it, and it has all of the sessions. So this, I don't have 2 days. I don't know why I have 2 days on here, because that's actually my creative business day. So I'm not sure why I have that, unless that's a 1 p.m. session. So yeah, all the information is inside the course itself. Hola, incredible afternoon. All right. Any other questions? So it's, of course, 3 hours. And I started like lately putting the time difference. So for our weekday, Monday through Friday, it is 8 a.m. for you. On Saturday, that would be, let me see, what is it? 10, 11, 12, 1. No, that would be, we're at 1, 12, 11. Yeah, 10 o'clock for you. So 8 a.m. during the week, 10 a.m. on the weekends. But when you sign up for the Zoom, it will tell you in your time zone. So it will put on your calendar for your time zone, not mine. I'm on the East Coast. So everything for me, I put it as whatever the time zone is for me. And lately I have been put like in the groups for certain things, I'll put the time difference on there. And I think also when you sign up, I have the time zones broken down. All right. Well, I'm going to go because I want to prep for another live because I won't be doing any later on this evening. We're going to go and celebrate my niece and her making Student of the Month. And I'm pretty sure they're probably going to want to go out to dinner. So her ceremony is at 6:30. And then we'll be off to dinner probably. So I won't be live. So I'm trying to squeeze this in because I think her ceremony starts at 6:30. So I'm trying to figure out now what to do for a live. So if you have a suggestion, drop it. And between now and like the next 30 minutes, if I have those items, I will. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I did say that I was going to do the vinyl, the 651 vinyl onto the egg. But I do want to do something else sublimation wise because I have the heat press on because I had to press. I was testing the galvanized steel sign from the Dollar Tree, but I want to be able to press something on the heat press. So I gotta find something to press. If you guys have any suggestions, drop them in the comments. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to decide what I'm going to do for my live demo live because tonight I won't be on because we're going to go celebrate my niece. But last call for any questions. I don't see any posted. All right. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.